Here we are, welcome back. This is the tail end of the Thorn Bounty, and just happy to have you guys joining me. This is actually one of my least favorite maps, the Burning Shrine. This is in Mercury, although I hope the story missions someday include Mercury. I think it would be an interesting story. The PvP map here is extremely difficult for me. Although I've had plenty of time to learn it, and I'm certainly very familiar with the map itself, you know, getting teamwork down on this map is difficult. So what I tend to do is play a lot of on the fly. So I'll be trying to act essentially as a sweeper. And there's my very first kill and very first death. And just pay attention here. Nobody here has a bad connection in the beginning, but then suddenly it starts getting bad. And as I explained in the previous video, the way these connections work is that the Destiny servers come in, do the matchmaking, and then hand off to a host. You see that that person just was standing there. They weren't making any movement. If you watch throughout the rest of the PvP session, you'll see that when somebody does something like that, they're typically trying to take advantage of a network connection, whether it's lag switching, which I've explained previously, and I may actually include a link on this video so that you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, or you know, they're taking advantage of their bad network to, there goes my Thorn Bounty. So I'm all done with the Thorn at this point. It's just finishing off the match. So just be careful. When you see somebody just standing and not reacting, it's likely that they're trying to queue actions up. They're obviously not doing anything. When I let's say I look at the player list in the Destiny game itself, if you hit the options button, that, you know, I will typically go to a hiding spot to do that. So I'll actually, I'm either doing it after I've died, or you know, I'll go scoot to a hiding spot to see. And I'm not really sure what other excuse somebody would have for just standing still in the middle of the action, out in the open. So just be careful of things like that, because if you watch that player, they might you might find that you're having a very difficult time hitting that player later on in the game. So you'll see some of the players actually, their network continually degrades, and that's another warning sign that there's something wrong. I find that in this particular match, for whatever reason, if you've seen my previous matches, you'll know that I'm actually quite good at getting my grenades to stick to people, and it was almost impossible for me to get that done in this match, and I'm not really sure what the story was. I could have been tired. It was actually quite late when I started playing. It was about 3 a.m. I think when I finally got the Thorn Bounty. But it also has to do with the bad network connection, like I was telling you before. So normally there have been no changes in my armor. There's no changes in my setup for this time. But instead of going 30 feet, my grenade went 3 feet. So it's a real problem. I don't know if this is something that Bungie needs to address or what, but if you can't depend on where a toss is going to go, then I'm not sure what good the grenade is. You know, this is something that you need to maintain, and you know, if during a match I'm not going to be able to throw a grenade properly, then it's something I should be able to tell. Right? It should be predictable, not unpredictable. This guy Mikey Rocks also went to like a very bad connection. So started out green, after the handoff to peer-to-peer networking. It was green and then just went totally to reds. Grabbed grab heavy ammo and took people down with Thunderlord. I think he ended up having a couple of 5-kill streaks simply with the Thunderlord. And you can see we're having real difficulty. These guys knew exactly how to deal with this particular map. They had basically three two-person teams. One two-person team on B. One two-person team essentially roaming near A, and then two in the back. Protecting C, basically all the time. I don't know whether they were coming out to get kills once in a while or not, but the one guy, I think his name was like James Breath or something like that. James Breath 420, yeah, that's him. Basically never came back out into this area. You can see that Mikey's trying to hide there with either a sniper or his Thunderlord, depending on what he had. So once I saw that, and you guys should pay attention, you shouldn't just be popping back into the game, but take the time after you've died to make note of, the person who killed you. There again, that grenade should have stuck to the player, but did not. And this player actually was in the green, so I'm not sure exactly what the issue was. This was definitely a weird grenade problem going on. But it's not about the throw. The throw was reasonably accurate. You can see in many of my other videos previous that the throw doesn't even with a magnetic grenade. The throw doesn't even really have to be very accurate. This is, yeah, it's a very bad shot. This was a bad move, I think. I hate to see somebody just go up there by themselves and try to do a capture point by themselves. So we were really kind of on even though I don't think that's, other than the kind of teamwork, the strategy that the opposing team used, I don't think they were particularly great players. Like once it came to like 2-on-2 matchups, they didn't do very well. But the strategy overall was much better than ours. They fell back to like 4 players at the B point. They played per 2-person teams, which is very wise. They always basically stuck that way.
Enemy captured zone B.
So they had us pretty much manhandled because all of the people on my team, including myself, were going off as single people, doing their own thing, which is probably not the best thing. Now here's a good example of how a red network works. So even though I hit him with the shotgun, I was easily close enough to finish him off at that point. No damage was done. None was done with the shot, and it was right at the top of his torso. You can actually watch it frame by frame, and you'll see that the shotgun blast comes right at the top of his torso. But no damage was done, and that's a real problem. That's something that Bungie needs to fix. And I really believe that the only way that you can really fix it is once somebody hits the red, that they get kicked from the game. It's just that simple. And there are new matchups. So you can no longer participate in a game with people who actually are able to have a good network connection. As you can see, everybody on my team was in the green. So there was no problem for the opposing team to find us, to hit us and get score kills, because there was no doubt about what our location was. But for that player that I hit with a shotgun that should have been finished off, I couldn't finish them off because what I saw was not really what the actual location for that player. And you'll see here that the high-scoring players are actually the ones with the worst network connection. So, a little more proof for those people who doubt. thanks for watching. Love your comments. If you want to give me a thumbs up on any of this, that's fine. I'm not the best player in the world, but I thank you.